Thanks for your support on the Debian 11 video. Now we will be talking about elementaryos 6. As you can see, we're going to boot up into elementaryos 6. It has this nice little menu here. I'm going to say boot. And it's going to check the integrity of the DVD, and we'll be back. The check has finished and there's no errors found, so now we're going to go boot into the live session. So as you can see, this is the new installer. We're going to show off the new installer of elementaryos. So I'm going to hit select. I'm English Canada. I'm not, just because I say English Canada doesn't mean I'm French Canada. English US. Race disk and install. And then this is like basically an Oem install. So then we hit this. And then if you want to this is like the Pop! OS installer, I think. It's like an Oem install, which is really cool. An Oem install is basically when manufacturers go onto your, or when you get your computer for the first time, you don't see all this stuff. You'll see like the elementary screen that pops up. Or like make your user, or sign in, yeah, stuff like that. So now we're gonna hit don't encrypt. Now it's partitioning the drive. If you want to see what it's doing, you can just hit this terminal icon. As you can see, now it's showing you what it's doing. And then, yeah, we'll be back. So the installer just rebooted, and now we're gonna tell it our language and what we want. Now we're going to create an account. Now we're going to finish the setup. Now we're just going to log in. And then we'll get to enjoy the beautiful elementaryos 6 desktop. And here we are, we're in. This is actually, I use this on my gaming computer, elementaryos 6, so that's a pretty cool thing. Choose your look. You want dark mode? I do, and I like purple. This is how I use it on my main setup. I really enjoy this operating system. The only bad thing, because I've used this before, the only bad thing is the App Center. There's not that many apps, or the apps aren't loading. See, if I go to media production, no results, no apps could be found. Games, no apps could be found. Communication, only one app. So, that's and then accessories, only 2 apps. So, yeah, that's the only problem. But if you want to side load FlatHub apps and Flatpak apps, then you can. It's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. So we have calculator. We're gonna open every app because this is elementaryos own calculator, I presume. Sorry how slow it is. I just it's virtual machine, so it has reduced performance. Here's the calendar. This is elementaryos' own calendar, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. We have their own mail client in the dock as well. You just have to connect an account with online accounts. Oh, and here's another new feature. Online accounts. Connect your online account. You can connect it by pressing this. And oh, there's the calculator. It's their own app. And the reason why there's no minimize button, because in elementaryos, most things can be saved. Like, you can just close out a tab and then it will be saved. So that's pretty cool. So then you can hit IMAP, email, You can type in your email, type in your password, type in your account display name. So I'm not going to log into my email for privacy reasons and security reasons, but that's still something pretty cool. They have their own web browser, which is based off of GNOME Web, and it's Epiphany, which is really cool. As you can see, this is what it looks like. If you want to go to like duckduckgo.com, you can. It's, I don't know why. Okay, there we go. And then now it's loading. It's going to be pretty slow because we're in a virtual machine. I didn't give it the best specifications, so that's the only shame. We have their own edit code files, which is a text editor basically. Like, I think the elementaryos has done a spectacular job of adding dark mode and accent colors to the whole system. That is an excellent job from the elementaryos team. elementaryos team did a great job on this release. Yeah, they did a great job on this release, I think. And they have a pay what you want model, which I really like. It supports developers, but if you don't have the money, you can just type in, because this is what I mean. If I type in I'll just type in elementaryos on, because I can't really spell right now on when I'm not in recording. So if the App Store was working, I could show you what it looked like in the App Store, but because the App Store is unfortunately not working, we can't do that. But this is what it says: elementaryos, the thoughtful, capable, and ethical replacement for Windows and Mac OS. I agree. There's not a lot of customization features, so this there is Pantheon tweaks, but that can be in any release. So I'll show you that in a separate video. As you can see, we can enter any dollar amount, or we can say $10, $20, $30. That's their default. And I recommend you do this, even though I did not do this, because I don't have the money, unfortunately. But it's pay what you can. You can hit custom, you can hit 0 if you just want to test it out on a virtual machine or test it anywhere. Then you can hit download elementaryos. And then it downloads and then you can hit download, and then it downloads the operating system, the ISO file, for you to use. And as you can see up here, it's going to be slower because we're on a virtual machine, but as you can see, we are downloading elementaryos. That's pretty cool. I'm going to keep it downloading and see if it actually downloads, because it's a virtual machine. What's new? And here's I'm gonna open this up so we can tell you what's new. I should have done this in the Debian video, but the new desktop environments are really cool. There's new desktop environments in Debian, so I'll give you a link, or I'll try, if I remember, to give you a link to that Debian video, or to the Debian release notes, Debian 11 release notes. It's really cool because your data belongs to you and stuff, and this is a very privacy-focused operating system, so I really like that feature about it. It's very privacy-focused. Dark style and accent color. It's the most customizable version to date. Sandboxing and portals which we will not be talking about, which we'll not be testing today because I don't really know how to use them. I just use, sorry. Wouldn't be an OS without multi-touch gestures. I'm on a trackpad, but I don't know why they're not working. Maybe if I try this. Maybe if I open like videos or something, and then but we'll do those later. But there's new gestures support. Notifications have been done. What notification bubbles have redesigned. The brand new tasks app, which are going to open up. It supports reminders and other stuff like that. Let me look up tasks, so then we can see what it looks like in the new elementaryos. As you can see, I don't want to say they're copying, which they're not copying, but they're taking big inspiration from macOS, and I like it. Because I really like the macOS design. Don't get mad at me for that, but I really like the macOS design. Firmware updates, which is in settings, which we can look at settings as well and see what settings are in here. If we go to system, as you can see, this is what it's built on Ubuntu 20.04 instead of Ubuntu 18.04. It's using kernel 5.11. As you can see, this is basically your hardware specifications, which I have 4 cores in this laptop, and it's showing 1 core because I set 1 virtual core is a virtual machine. I set 3.8 gigabytes of memory in here and that much storage. And here's the firmware. Firmware updates are not available or supported on this or any connected devices. So this is where the firmware will be. The web browser now is distributed as a flat pack to bring the latest technology. So that's really cool. That elementaryos is having their flat packs, or setting up flat packs for their apps. We revamped camera. Ooh. So for people who like taking pictures of themselves on their webcams, you won't be able to see me because my webcam on this laptop is not working anymore for some reason, which is really weird. But see, and this is a virtual machine. No supported webcams found, but this is a fresh UI and several new features, which now supports switching between multiple cameras, toggling mirroring of the image and brightness and contrast. Just what quality photographers want, but I think that'd be using an actual camera, not really a computer desktop camera. That's just my opinion. Yeah, and with elementaryos being all in flat packs, App Center has been updated to match what we always reviewed, approved, and created third-party App Center apps. They've now distributed its sandbox flat packs for stronger privacy and security. And it says this piece of text might trying to gain extreme access or administrative access, so that's not good. But it is good for some stuff, but you don't want to, in my opinion, you don't want to see that message every time, but it's really good for security. Yeah. And we're just going to close out of this. Let's see how the download's going. Yeah, it's going pretty slow on here, but that's okay. I don't really want to download it on here anyways, but I'm just going to keep it going. So the cool thing is I can close that out, and it says 1 download operation active. And I like this wallpaper. And let's look at the wallpapers. The wallpapers are mostly the same, but you just get these 2 wallpapers, these 2 new wallpapers. What's this? Is this the dark wallpaper? Oh wow. Okay, well, And we got this one, which is the desktop one, which is the wallpaper I'm using on my HP Omen right now. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy this desktop environment and this desktop and everything. Okay, let's see what apps they have, because I don't think we've ever reviewed Elementary. I might be wrong. Document Viewer, which is like PDF editor. Files, Mail, Music, which elementaryos has their own music app. I'll show you what the multitasking view looks like. And then you can add, and you can swipe, but I don't, and then you can swipe. You can add desktops. And if you want to open this up, it takes you back to that desktop, which is very cool. This is a music player. I think it looks really modern. I like this over any other music player I've seen. Photos, Screenshot, which is a screenshotting app. Photos, that's pretty self-explanatory. System settings, and the terminal. My favorite elementaryos app is the terminal. I know it's kind of unfair to use HTOP on here, but you know, in a virtual machine, it's the specs I gave. It's using 124 gigs of RAM, 142 tasks. I just wanted to test the terminal out. I wanted to see if they had HTOP, which is very cool that they do. I really like that they have HTOP. The cool thing is, if I open back up the web browser, look, it just pops up right away, and you can browse this. It's pretty cool that they don't have lots of bloatware on here. I would recommend they put in a LibreOffice suite though. That's it. That's all I'd recommend. Yeah. Keeps your downloads active once you're downloading something. And you got videos and you got your web browser. I don't really know what else to talk about, so that will be the end of this video. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. I've enjoyed having you here. Thanks for watching.